Cubs. Like he was by far my favorite pitcher, minus Hendricks. Hendricks kind of pissed me off this year, but Stroman, he made up for it. He did a good job on the mound, and I hope he
Yeah.
keeps doing a good job for the Cubbies. It's going to be a long rebuild, Big Mike, for my Chicago Cubs.
Who you telling? Same,
Um,
same for my Tigers.
yeah, it's a long rebuild for both of our teams, but do you know what's not a long rebuild? The Chillin' with Chase show. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another edition of Chillin' with Chase on the Around the Point Network. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. This is going to be a fun episode. If you guys have any questions, wrestling or non-wrestling related, please leave them in the chat, and Big Mike and I will get to them when we can. But this is going to be a big episode that we're doing, especially for those who are Rocky fans. We are going to be ranking all the Rocky movies and Creed movies because they're part of the same franchise. And what I've been wanting to do for a while is talk about all the fighters in the Rocky and Creed franchise. So this is going to be fun. Big Mike, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. Ever since this whole thing was announced, I got very very excited. Couldn't wait for Saturday to come so I can be on the stream. Rocky is one of my favorite franchises ever. It's my number one franchise. I watch Rocky all the time.
All righty then. So we got ourselves the nice little tier maker here from tiermaker.com and stuff. And you guys can shine down in the chat too. What's your favorite Rocky movie? Which one is your top Rocky movie? I think a lot of people have like similar takes and stuff. How do you change the layout of the screen? How do we make it where we go? Okay, yeah, this one's better. We're in picture in picture. We're on the bottom and stuff. So right now we are going to be making the Rocky tier list, Big Mike. This is going to be something that's very important to both of us. We obviously want this tier list to be as accurate as possible. So we're going to
Mm.
first start off with the movie that created it all, and I'm going to put them in C tier to start. We're going to start them up in C tier. Rocky One. Big Mike, where does
Mm.
Rocky One rank for you personally, and where do you think it ranks overall? Because this is not a personal list. This is more of a hey, this is the actual rankings list.
Yeah, this is the movie that kicked off everything. The fandom, the lore of Rocky. This is what kicked it off. I think this is I think this is a tier movie.
You think
It
it's
kicked off everything.
I know people love Rocky One, but I'm with you. I think Rocky One's a perfect A tier movie. I don't think we need to be crazy about this and make Rocky One into S tier. I know everyone's gonna say no, it's S tier. There's better Rocky movies out there. I think Rocky One it does its job. Like the thing
Hmm.
about the movies is it rewatchable? Rocky One is very rewatchable, but it's not
Hmm.
the first Rocky I'm going back to rewatching. That's a fact. I'll tell
Right.
you that for a fact. I am not rewatching Rocky One like that. And what is up, Sleeping Angels? What is up, Yagon King? By the way, if you guys have any questions too or any comments about the Rocky movies, please go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll highlight them when I can. What is up, Lakio? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Chase and Big Mike? We're doing good. We're ranking the Rocky movies right now and stuff. All
Yeah,
right, so
Dolores.
now,
That's Dolores.
oh, that's Dolores. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's Dolores.
Oh, she has a Twitch account too. So okay, so
Yeah.
now with Rocky 2, I'm
Yeah.
going to start this off. I don't really like Rocky 2 that much. I think Rocky 2 is like where I put it now. I think I would leave Rocky 2 in C tier. I don't think it's that good of a
Hmm.
movie. I don't think Rocky 2 is that great. I think it's a step below Rocky 1. I don't know. I just don't find Rocky 2 as enjoyable as Rocky 1. I think Rocky 1's way more enjoyable. Rocky 2 is like a step back. It's just more the ending of Rocky 2. Like the ending fight of
Hmm.
Rocky 2 really saves Rocky 2 for me. At least.
Hmm.
I don't know. But Big Mike, I want to hear your thoughts. Is it a C tier movie or would you say put it in B tier? What are your thoughts on Rocky 2? Sleeping Angels is good. It
I
is Rocky 2.
Yeah, sorry, Sleeping Angels, but I gotta agree with Chase. This is a C tier movie. The story overall, the beginning and the ending is my favorite parts of the movie. The in between stories, you see Rocky like pretty much getting his life going. He's getting fame and stuff like that. and he's getting like the perks. You know, he's getting the money, the commercials. We find out he can't read because obviously he was a dropout. He wasn't that smart. But the beginning and the end saves this movie. You know, with the confrontation that he had with Apollo Creed in the hospital, and then the double knockdown with Rocky um, gaining the odds. That saves the movie, so I'll leave it at C.
I'll leave it at C. All right, so I don't think there's any debate, Big Mike. I think we can just safely put where the frick is Rocky? Oh, there we go. We can safely put Rocky 3 as the first S tier Rocky movie. This I feel Rocky 3 is bigger than Rocky 1. I argue this with
Yes.
people a lot of times. Rocky 3, like I feel like is the best rewatchable Rocky movie. So if you just
Yes.
want to go, you can turn it on at any point and you'll be fine. Rocky 3 is really good, has the best script.
Hmm.
As professional wrestling fans, we know it introduced us to the almighty Hulk Hogan. So Hulk
Yep.
Hogan literally got a career,
Thunderlips.
Thunderlips. He got a career because of this. Club Elaine, one of the best antagonists in all boxing movies. And just like everything about it is just so good. Like I feel like you don't like Rocky 3, you almost can just watch it on its own and you can go back and watch Rocky 1 and 2. I think Rocky 3 is easy S tier.
Yeah, yeah. As I grew older, it really grew on me because when I was a kid, I hated Rocky 3. But as I grew older, Rocky 3 became one of my favorites. It's not like my go-to favorite. My go-to favorite is next. But it has a good story, you know, and like everything like Rocky, like the odds were like pretty big in this movie, you know, with Mick dying and him trying to get his swagger back pretty much.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. With Apollo, him and Apollo becoming good friends. It is it was a good story.
Now look, this movie, in all honesty, the next Rocky movie we're going to talk about here, it probably should land in B tier, but I'm not putting it in B tier. It's my
No.
favorite boxing movie of all time. It's the best Rocky movie of all time. I don't care what
Yes.
anyone says. Like, look, if you want to be objective, sure, B tier. Yeah, okay. It's like it's shorter than the Rocky movies. It makes no sense how Rocky goes to Russia and the fans start chanting for him and stuff. I do not care. Rocky 4 is SS tier. The best montages. There's no easy way out. Dun, dun, Hearts on fire. You cannot tell me that you do not get hyped up. It's so Rocky 3 is the most rewatchable. Rocky 4 is easily the king of like you can just no one needs to know the history of the Rocky franchise. They
No.
don't. You can just turn on Rocky 4, they'll get it. They'll be like, oh, his friend died and stuff. You don't even need to know the history. Knowing the history makes you get what's it called? Asleep. It gets you awake. You know, knowing the history it gets you like emotional for what happens in this movie. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Rocky 4 is the GOAT. Like has the best music. Like this is like peak. When I think of '80s movies, this is legitimately an '80s movie.
Oh,
The
100%.
soundtrack, the clothes, the atmosphere,
The editing.
the current, yeah, the editing. This is peak '80s cinema with Rocky 4, and I love it.
So we're gonna take a break in the action and answer some questions. Caden C says, of course, Steve not showing up to work. I don't know where he's at. He's sleeping. My good friend John says, Chase saw the Chargers restructured Bosa and Mack. You guys going to spend a lot of free agency. I'm sure you're going to re-sign Herbert soon. Yeah, so restructuring Bosa and Mack, honestly, it just gives us 21 million in cap space. Don't know what we're going to do with that because we still have to pay the rookie class and stuff. So just depends. Like honestly, if we trade out of the first, honestly, this free agency will give me a good idea if the Chargers are going to trade out of the first round or not. Because if we trade out of the first round, that's one contract we don't have to worry about and stuff. And really, to be honest, we're in that horrible 21 spot. There's not really like any prospect that I'm like ultimately in love with. Like everyone loves like one person and another and another. I'm like, if you feel like you can get someone of the same player skill from a second round pick or later in the first, I think you should go with that. I don't think you need to pay it, but we'll see with free agency. I mean, there's obviously interesting names out there. Chargers would like to retain like Drew Tranquil and what's his goddamn face? I forgot that guy's name. So yeah, Drew Tranquil and Trey Pipkins are right tackle. So yeah. Rocky 4 though we both agree is SS tier. Now we don't even need to go into full detail about Rocky 5.
Rocky 5 is garb.
It's dirt. I like the idea. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea. I like, trying to figure out what's wrong with Rocky. Like, oh, he's like, he can't fight anymore and stuff. Just like Tommy Gunn is just horrible. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, not a good fighter, not a good antagonist, just nothing that I care about. Now, this might be my hottest take. Rocky Balboa. It's almost bad. It's almost to the point it could be bad. But I don't want to make it a bad movie. I just think it's all right. Like, it exists. It does its thing. It has that great quote about like getting hit hard in life and getting back up.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just didn't. I mean, the one thing Rocky Balboa did, it changed boxing movies and how they're filmed. Because boxing movies got filmed like a lot better now. The fights look more real and stuff. Like they went with like the boxing match actually looks like it's a real match. Like you actually feel like you're actually ordered the pay-per-view and stuff. That's what Rocky Balboa did. But I just didn't. I don't know. Whenever I go back and rewatch the Rockies, I skip 5 and then I almost skip Balboa just to get to Creed. Because like they don't even mention Balboa in Creed. It's just kind of like Rocky's like, oh yeah, I.
Yeah, this is where we're gonna disagree for the first time.
Oh
I
wow!
think Rocky Balboa is a B tier movie.
B tier.
B tier movie.
I'll keep it in the middle where it's on the borderline of C to B, or like it's the best movie in C tier. But
that's fair. I mean, this is my childhood. This is the movie that kind of introduced me to Rocky.
Oh, one of those.
I started out with Balboa and then watched the rest of them. Like watch it. Like I didn't even know Antonio Tarver was a real boxer. Like I thought this guy was just good. Yeah, I wasn't into boxing like that. So I didn't even know he was a real boxer. I was like, this dude's pretty good. Like this actor is pretty good. He can box and stuff like that. That's pretty good. Just the story. Like he's old. He's having a bad relationship with his son. Son wants to get out of his shadow. Antonio Tarver's character, Mason the Lion Dixon, he's running through everybody. People think that he's just facing a bunch of tomato cans. They don't think he can beat an old man. That ESPN a virtual fight that they did that was awesome. I think that was like first of its kind too. What they did with that too, right? I don't think that was done anywhere else before. Rocky coming back, Mick, he's missing Adrian. Adrian's gone. She's dead. He has the restaurant. The negotiations to get him to fight Mason the Lion Dixon. That epic line, like you said, that you use for motivational use, that people think that you made it up for some reason.
I don't know why. Yeah, I'm like, you guys never seen Rocky Balboa? See, this is why sometimes what I get pissed when people go, "Oh, Hollywood's so lazy. They're making a remake. They're doing another one." It's like, oh my! It's like, no, this is the reason why they do it, because people like Big Mike, who said, "Wow, this movie introduced me to the franchise and stuff like that." That's why Terminators will always keep coming out, and all these other movies keep coming out to reintroduce people to these franchises that've been around for such a long time. My good friend John said the Bears fleeced the Panthers in that trade from yesterday. I don't know what the Panthers are doing.
They did.
They I can't believe what the Panthers are doing, to be honest. Now we get into the Creed franchise. Now it was hilarious. I'm being dead serious, Big Mike. I did not know when I was all like, I heard Michael B. Jordan was going to do a boxing movie and stuff. I didn't. When I heard the movie was called Creed, it took me a while to put the correlation. I was like, Creed? Why is he calling this movie Creed? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know. And so then it wasn't until, and I shit you not. So I bought tickets for the movie, did not see any trailers. I wanted to go into this movie as cold as possible because I was just like, I just want to go into this movie not expecting much and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I see Sylvester Stallone in the picture. And then I see the trunks, and I'm like, wait a minute, is this a Rocky movie? I was like, I'm not sure. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, this is. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to enjoy this movie even more now because I didn't know it was a Rocky movie. But I'm going to say this, man. I love Creed 1. I think Creed 1 is great. And I think it's S tier. I think Creed 1 is just great. The music, I think it has the best training montage with the Meek Mill song, and then also the ATVs. The only bad part of this movie is honestly Tessa Thompson's Philadelphia accent. Like, that's the only bad part about this movie. Other than that, I love it. It's literally like note for note, like an 80s movie done in modern day. And I love it.
Yeah. I mean, and it told a good story too. And we'll probably, connect all three films once we get to ranking the rest of them. But it introduced it well. I love the montage, like you said. The dynamic of Apollo Creed having like a illegitimate son that nobody knows about, and his wife, takes care of him. Who Felicia Richard plays? Because I was trying to figure out when I first saw it too. I was like, is this his wife that was like in the second movie that she's portraying?
No, it's a different wife.
It's a different wife. Yeah, it's a different wife. So
Felicia Richard is a great upgrade if you're going to go with someone playing as a wife.
yeah, it is. She's very motherly. We always know she's like one of the best '80s moms out there. but yeah. So this is like him figuring out that, and him being like a delinquent as a juvenile delinquent, and finding Rocky, calling him Unc. I found that hilarious in the first movie. He would call him, I was like, "Hey, Unc." He was like, "Why are you calling me Unc?"
Yeah,
like,
what do you mean? It's in the cloud. Stuff like that. Like, yeah, just stuff like that. Oh, and honestly, Sly should have won Best Supporting Actor for this role. He was so good. This was one of my favorite Sylvester Stallone things, because he played his age. Like, he played, because like in Rocky 5, he was supposed to be brain damaged and all this other shit, and you could tell he was just like, I'm just making Rocky 5 get money and so like Rocky Balboa. You could tell it's like he wanted to really reinvigorate that franchise. But Creed, he killed it and stuff, and then he didn't want to do the like that choked me up when Rocky had cancer. I've cried 2 times in my whole life watching Rocky movies: when Apollo Creed died and when Rocky got cancer. When Rocky got cancer and he's puking, he's like, "No, I don't want to do it." I was crying. I was like, "You telling me?" I'm tearing up right now talking about it. You telling me the guy that would never give up? He's the epiphany of never giving up, and now he's giving up. This is, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I really could not believe
he
it.
didn't want to. He didn't want to he didn't want to get help really, and Adonis had to like, no, you're going to the hospital, bro. Like,
yeah,
you
exactly.
need to get better.
All right,
yeah,
so
it's a good film. Good film.
Creed 1's great. Now Creed 2, I think Creed 2 is just okay. It's like, like how us as wrestling fans, we complain they keep bringing back the nostalgia acts and stuff like that to rely on pop. That's how Creed 2 felt like. It felt like
pretty much.
It was like, how can we get continue this story but make it interesting? He fights Drago. Oh, he gets revenge for his dad, and he fights Drago. And the theme with Drago, not a good antagonist. Like this Drago, like just a big wimp. Crying, like he's mad. What was he even mad at? His mom left him or something? I don't even know what he was mad at. He was just mad at something. I think we lost Big Mike over here and stuff. Let me just highlight this comment. Michael B. Jordan is one of my favorite actors. He's great as Killmonger. I like Michael B. Jordan too, John. Sometimes with Michael B. Jordan, I just feel like he tries his hardest to steal a scene. Like I feel like with Michael B. Jordan, he's either trying too hard to steal a scene. Like, he doesn't have one direction. It's always either he's really sad or he's really angry. Like that's my theory with Michael B. Jordan and stuff. But Big Mike, I don't know if you heard anything about Creed 2. I just said Drago wasn't really, besides having the name, not a good villain,
I was trying to say, because you was like we don't know what he was mad at and sad at and stuff like that. I think it was because when he lost to Rocky in Rocky 4.
No, I'm talking about Drago's kid.
Oh, Victor Drago. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was sad and mad at too. That was one of the things too. I was like, what is he sad and mad at? Like, I guess he's sad that, his dad lost everything. He wants to avenge his father's losses too, because his dad was invincible.
Yeah,
But
well, because his
by
dad was
that
just
time,
that's why our mom left. That's why your mom left us. So I was like, what are you talking
yeah.
about?
But by that time, I don't. He was probably he wasn't even born yet. If you really
Yeah,
think about it in storyline, like he probably was born like in the late '80s. You know?
yeah. I don't know. That it's just an okay movie. It's like I can rewatch.
Yeah,
It has one of my favorite training montages. I like the training montage that they did for this one.
yeah. In
Now
the desert.
Creed 3. I will say this. I'll gladly put Creed 3 in A tier. I think Creed 3 is fine for what it is. Like, here's the thing. It's a good movie. I think it's good. I think it does its job. I think Michael B. Jordan did a really good job making anime into real life. But I just like for me, I went back and watched it. I watched it a second time because like I do the Ticket Tuesdays every Tuesday, and I said, you know what? Let me go rewatch Creed, fresh set of optics. Let me watch it again. I find he did a good job at making me want to root for Damian Anderson. I just felt the motivation of Creed fighting was just I don't know, it just was just too weak for me and stuff.
Yeah,
I felt it was doing too much at times, but it was really well executed for doing too much.
yeah,
It didn't feel as flat as Creed 2. Like Creed 2 is just like, yeah, Creed 2 exists. Like Creed 3 I could go back and watch again. Creed 2 I don't know, it takes a moment for me to be like, do I want to really rewatch this one?
yeah. It's a good twist. I would say that it's a good twist on why he wanted to fight Dame. Um, but like the motivation to fight Dame, like when he went to the area he was at and what happened, and then the lead up to it, I think it was just too fast. I like the Are we no spoiler talk?
No,
Spoiler
no, no,
talk?
no, no spoiler talk for this one. Creed 3 just
I
came
really
out.
can't say what I want to say then. Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought it was decent. I thought it was decent on the build up to the fight. It could have been executed better, but I thought like this was one of the best fights out of all three movies
Yeah,
when
no,
we
it was
got to the fight.
the fight was actually really good. It's just the build up is there. So
Yeah.
now we don't
I didn't
ranking the
like the
Rocky
ending
movies.
though. I didn't like the ending though. Like after the fight, I didn't like that. I was so heated. I was like, then why did we do this then?
So I want to rank every single Rocky fighter that has fought in the Rocky films and stuff. But the problem was I couldn't find good pictures for a lot of them. So we are going to be doing this. I'm going to change the ranking names because I don't know who fucking named this. Pound for pound. So we're going to put this one as the GOAT. So this one is the best fighter. Top tier. We're going to put top tier. And then if there's a fighter that's not listed, Big Mike,
Hmm.
good fighter, good fighter, bad. Okay. So that's going to be our tier list for these fighters. So we got all the fighters right here. They fought either Rocky, Balboa, or they fought Adonis Creed. Sometimes it's even them that we're ranking. But some fighters that I couldn't find pictures for that I just want to mention. Leo Sperados from Creed 1. If I was to rank Leo Sperados, I think we would rank him probably in the okay tier. I mean, he loses to to Adonis Creed. He's like one of the top lightweights in the world, light heavyweights in the world, and he loses
Hmm.
to Adonis Creed, who is just beat up a bunch of guys from Mexico. So I don't think he's that good of a good of a fighter. Where would you put Leo Sperados?
Yeah. I mean, he lost to basically a club fighter. He was a
Yeah,
legit contender, and he lost to a club fighter that pretty much had like his. Well, do you consider those fights he had in Mexico like pro fights?
no, not really. I mean, they,
Yeah,
they they
you lost
made
to a
them
club fighter.
they
You lost to
made
an
them
amateur
pro.
right away.
Yeah, they made them pro fights for the sake of his last name. They're like, oh, we need to make him so Conlon can fight him. Another fighter that doesn't have a picture on here that I want to mention, Danny Stuntman Wheeler, Andre War from what's it called from the Creed franchise. Now, I think criminally, I don't know if Andre Ware was just a horrible actor. They didn't know what to do with him. I feel
Mm.
like he should have been the villain of Creed 2. That's just me. I feel he would have been perfect, just for him to overcome it. But I think Andre Ware's fighter Danny Stuntman Wheeler, if you had a picture, he would be in the good fighter territory. I think he would be in the good fighter territory. I mean, he obviously knocked out Adonis Creed. We know he's pretty damn skilled. He's a former heavyweight champion. Your debate is, can he beat Ricky Conlan? And that's the only debate that you could really have. Can he beat pretty Ricky Conlan? That's the only debate. Other than that, I think Danny Stuntman Wheeler is a good fighter. What do you think, Big Mike, about Danny Stuntman Wheeler?
I believe he's a good fighter too. I mean, he exposed Adonis in sparring, took it, knocked him out, took his car, and then he avenged it in Creed 2 when he lost and he got his keys back. Yeah, real good fighter, real good fighter. I mean, if what's the guy's name that he was gonna fight? His name was
Pretty Ricky Conlan.
Yeah, pretty Ricky Conlan. Like if he didn't break his hand on his face in the press conference, I feel like he would have won. He would have won. Not pre Ricky Conley, but the other guy,
Danny Wheeler. You feel Danny Wheeler?
Danny Wheeler.
Won?
Like
he
would have won if he didn't get an injury. But
the next fighter I want to talk about, Felix Hernandez from Creed 3. I don't know if we can really rank him right now because it would spoil what happens in the movie. So right. I feel like he's kind of someone we can't rank, but we can rank Damian Anderson. Where would you put Damian Anderson as a fighter just from the fights that he showed in the Creed 3 movie? Where would you put him in this tier list if you had a picture?
Man, it's kind of hard because I want to describe his fighting style, but no. Can I describe his fighting style? Can I split it up?
Yeah, you can describe it. Yeah, you can describe it. Just don't spoil what he does, and don't spoil what he does to an opponent during the fight. Just say how he fights.
Realistically, there's two sides, because I want to talk about both iterations of him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, where he originally he was like a well-respected amateur fighter that was super smart and knew where to hit folks.
Yeah, because I would put his first iteration as a good fighter.
Good fighter?
Yeah, I would put where his final form, I would put him as just okay.
Okay. Oh, wow. Dang, Felix Hernandez would be in bad tier.
Because this is why I want to talk spoilers a little bit, because I want to get deep into his whole thing. But I can't. But that's how. Once everybody sees it, I think we'll probably come back to this situation.
We'll do a movie spoiler part. Ellie Underwood's a Spider Rico, an unnamed German champion for number 1 and number 2. Spider Rico's in the bad tier. That was actually the next
Spider Rico's terrible.
I mean, he's losing to Rocky every other weekend. Like, this guy stinks, and Rocky stunk at that time. It was like Rocky was lighting the world on fire. And then the final fighter that doesn't have a picture, Big Mike, that I want to talk about, the Rocky V heavyweight champion, Union Jones.
Union Kane.
Union Kane. Where is Union Kane? I think Union Kane, even though he does lose to Tommy, he's okay. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's bad. He's not Spider Rico.
No, Union Kane. I mean, would you consider him to be like a tomato can?
No, not really. He won the heavyweight championship. He can't be that bad.
Yeah, but who did he beat?
Yeah, that's true. We don't even know who he beat.
Who did he beat?
Yeah, Drago wasn't around at the. Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's we just saw it. It was like Union Kane is the heavyweight champion of the world, and they was like, who did he beat?
Yeah, you got to be pretty bad if Tommy can just get a title shot and beat him.
It almost felt like he took a dive for Tommy. If you look at that fight again, there was a switch, because when Rocky was like, all right, you gotta, slip the jab, roll the punches, do that. And then once he was like, now, and then he was doing every move with Tommy Gunn onto Union Kane. It was almost like they switched what was the promoter name? I'm drawing a blank.
I forgot.
In Rocky V, but the promoter, it felt like he just turned a switch on Union Kane, was like, all right, this is where you just dive. This is the guy.
Yeah, so those are the fighters that don't have pictures. That's where we would rank them. So Big Mike, we're gonna start with the Italian stallion himself. We're gonna start with Rocky. We're just gonna put him in good fighter for right now. Where's Rocky Balboa as a fighter? Now, keep in mind, Rocky Balboa is like a lot of people don't know Rocky's record. He has like 22 fucking losses. This guy's lost 22 times. Down on his luck. It wasn't until he became the heavyweight champion where he got wins. Now, obviously, everyone down below, minus Mason the Line Dixon, he has beaten, and also the Creed guys and stuff. So Rocky does, Rocky has had big wins, but Big Mike, I'm just saying here, I feel he's in the right place. I think he's just a good fighter. He just got lucky a couple times. That's just me. I feel Rocky Balboa is not that great of a fighter. I think he's horrible.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he's a horrible. People the reason I think he's that good. I think Rocky Balboa got lucky. Paul Creed changed his style in Rocky 2. I think in Rocky 3, he needed help from Paul Creed so he could beat Clubber Lang. Rocky 4, he was motivated by revenge. It's kind of
You're breaking up a little bit.
I'm breaking up. Hold up. I don't even know my Wi-Fi is on the low right now. Give it a
all
second.
right. Now you just cleared up. You just cleared up a little bit. All right.
Yeah, give your thoughts on Rocky Balboa while my Wi-Fi clears up.
You know what? I think I'm gonna agree with you. Like pre-Apollo Creed fight, dude was a bum. Like he was a certified bum. He had no skill like that. Like Mickey was right. All right, I'm back. You see me?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was my internet or yours. So Mickey was right. Go ahead, Ed.
But yeah. Rocky was a bum pre Apollo Creed fight. Mickey was right. He has the heart to be a really good fighter. He just wasn't dedicated. And that's why he lost a lot. And he lost his locker and all that type of stuff to other like decent fighters that had skill. It's just he had the heart. It's just he had the heart to be a great fighter, and it just kicked in at the right time after the Apollo Creed fight. So yeah, he's a good fighter. I'll just leave it there.
Adonis Creed. I'm putting Adonis Creed at not GOAT, not GOAT.
No,
he's not top tier.
He's top tier.
He's beaten everyone. His only loss he avenged against Pretty Ricky Conlan. All right. But he beat everyone else. Danny Stuntman Leader, Pretty Ricky Conlan, Leo Sperados. He avenged the Drago fight. He did not lose against Drago. Drago lost via DQ, if you remember. But I think Adonis Creed is, like, skill-wise, the best fighter out of Rocky. I feel Rocky got the grit in him. He had already the moves. He already had the moves, but I think Rocky got the grit in a young Adonis Creed. I think Adonis Creed. The only thing that holds Adonis Creed back, I feel he needs good coaching. If he doesn't have good coaching, like Little Duke is horrible. He's probably the worst coach in boxing history. Like Little Duke should not be coaching whatsoever.
No. But I agree too.
This is true about what Ellie's saying. I agree with what Ellie's saying. Rocky's title defense is against bums.
Yeah. And also Rocky's defense is like garbage. He just takes punishment for 12 straight rounds and then makes way to knock dudes out. But unlike Rocky, Adonis Creed, he has almost the same type of defense, but like he turns it around every other round. It's not like he gets like terminated the whole fight. Like even in the new movie, I was like, oh snap! I was like, he's on another level with the skill. Like if you remember in Creed 3, I was like, I've never seen him do that in other movies. So he's unlocked like crazy skills. So I'll leave him at top tier.
All right. This is not even a debate. I'm sorry.
Go.
Apollo Creed's a go. It doesn't matter. I don't care what anyone says. If he did not change up his style in Rocky 2, because Rocky got him shook. Like Apollo Creed, that was the first time someone really, really got to him. He got shook. He changed his style, and that's why he lost to Rocky in Rocky number 2. He's the GOAT, though. He's the greatest He's the greatest boxer in the Rocky history. I feel like if he faces any one of these guys in his prime, he kicks their ass. Even Drago. Keep in mind, Drago was supposed to fight Rocky in that charity fight. Rocky said no. Rocky did not want to fight in that charity fight. So Apollo Creed stepped up, and Rocky did a horrible job keeping Apollo Creed alive. Apollo Creed's the greatest Rocky fighter of all time. It's not even close. It's not even debate. You can argue with me up a wall. No, if you take him in his prime and he fights any of these guys, he beats them. He beats them.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, this dude is like, he's like Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather mixed together. Like, his defense is crazy. He's fast, jab. He's flamboyant in the ring. He does it all. I 100% agree.
Just promoting the show real quick. Come ask questions. All right. Yeah. Good. We're going to be answering questions, guys, after we do this ranking. So please go right ahead. Now, this one might be controversial, but I think Clubber Lane, he's just okay. I don't think he's that good of a. I think he's just a raw brute force type of fighter. Really, like, he's an animal. That's it. Like, I don't think he's a good fighter, though. I don't think he's a good boxer. I think he's just okay. At least in my opinion. I don't know, Big Mike. Do you have a counter argument towards that?
I think he's a good fighter. Those type of fighters are sneaky, like sneaky scary. Like, because you don't know when you're gonna get knocked out. It's just gonna happen. Like, yeah, he's not like skillful in like defense, like moving his head. I mean, he does like move his head a lot. He's almost like Mike Tyson. Like Mike Tyson, he's got the fundamentals down. He's sneaky fast, incredible power. But I feel like those type of fighters are like really good at what they do. That's a skill, like, to me. So I think he's a good fighter.
Drago, I think it's easy just to put him at top tier. I mean,
Yeah,
scary no matter what.
even though he's a cheater, but
yeah. He's a top tier fighter. He's insanely talented. So I think you don't really need to say much about Drago. You just say, yeah, it's fucking Drago. Like, he's top tier. You can't argue with it. So I give Drago the top tier treatment. Now, this one might be controversial, but I think Mason the Line Dixon is almost on the borderline of maybe being a GOAT fighter. I think he's better than Adonis Creed. I think that would be my dream fight, Mason the Line Dixon versus Adonis Creed, to see who is the greatest heavyweight of all time. I think Mason the Line Dixon's great. I think he was a great antagonist towards Rocky. I think he's probably one of the better boxers that you're going to see. So I put Mason the Line Dixon in top tier fighter for sure.
I would say, yeah, but how old was Rocky and Rocky Balboa? He was like 50.
Yeah, 51, 52, don't matter.
51. He took him all the way. He took him all the way to a decision.
Yeah, but Mason the Line Dixon was going against what's it called? Mason the Line Dixon is still one of the better boxers in Rocky history. It's not like he was like a bum.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess. So. Yeah. I mean, he did survive. I mean, he did break his hand. He broke his hand in the fight against Rockies and kept going. Yeah. So I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was injured. If he was fully healthy, I think Mason the Line Dixon could have won. I think he's the best fighter that Rocky fought, to be minus Apollo Creed. But like, I think out of all the fighters, that's the best one he fought. Like, Mason the Line Dixon's crazy good. Pretty Ricky Conlon. I think Pretty Ricky is just a good fighter. I think he did his job. He's fine. I don't know. Like, I couldn't buy him as a pound for pound great, in my opinion.
No. I mean, he had good trash talk, like good intimidation. He might sneak you one in the press conference, but he wasn't that skillful.
Horrible defense too.
Horrible defense.
He just took punches he didn't need to take, and he would be all like, "Come on, let's go!" Like, he would want to fight, and I don't know. It's just too much.
Yeah, and he got easy. He kind of get exposed, later down the line. Sort of what I was talking about that made Adonis like top tier. It's just some skills that he unlocked, exposed him a little bit.
Tommy, we can just put him bad tier. He's horrible. And then Baby Drago's just okay. I think Baby
Drago's okay.
Still raw potential. He just has a name. It's like he's literally living off his father's name. Like, that's it.
Name and power, no skill. He's just a killer.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
all.
That's it. So we give you guys our definitive Rocky movie tier list and Rocky fighter tier list. I think these are very accurate, Big Mike. I think a lot of people should be satisfied with this tier
Yeah,
list that we gave. In my
yeah,
opinion.
I agree with it right now. Maybe when we come back to it, when everybody's seen the newer movie in Creed, we can talk about it more in depth with Adonis and other people. But I agree with the list for now.
Yeah, me too. All right. If you guys have any questions, non-wrestling or wrestling related, please leave them in the chat and we'll discuss them down below. We'll answer any of your questions. Just go ahead. We don't bite. But yeah, Ellie Underdown, thank you so much for adding in some more Rocky stats. Yeah, Drago was had an own record, but he's still a beast. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. He's still a
Yeah,
cheating beast, but he's a beast nonetheless. Like you wouldn't want to fight Ivan Drago. Victor Drago at least had some fights on his record. He just got disqualified against Creed. That was it.
yeah,
He hit Creed when he was down. So. And
yeah.
Little Duke honestly should have just stopped the fight, bro. Like if he just stopped the fight, it would have been all over from there. But he didn't. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I think I figured out what the promoter name was. His name was it was called Duke. It was called his name was Duke as well.
Was it
It
was a Big Duke?
No, it wasn't Big Duke, but his name was because he was like supposed to be like the Don King of that thing.
Bell to bell. What's your pick for best match at WrestleMania? Like all time or like right now? All time. My best match is Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. I think that's it's so. I think it's the most underrated, but I think it's one of the best matches bell to bell from
Yeah,
WrestleMania
his name was George Washington Duke.
21. Man, there's so many Dukes in fucking these Rocky movies. What's your best match, bell to bell, Big Mike?
Bell to bell. It probably has to be. Uh, it probably has to be either Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25, or or oh no, it's either that and I can't believe I'm saying this. AJ Styles versus versus Shane McMahon.
Oh wow, that's actually it's not that bad of an opener. It's really good.
Yeah, bell to bell. It wasn't bad. It was no hiccups. It was nothing like that. I really enjoyed that match, bell to bell. It was good.
Elliot chooses Bret Hart versus Hart versus Hart. Bret versus Owen at WrestleMania 10, bell to bell. I
I
think I
think
think
that's
they
a
met
given.
I think they meant 39 from WrestleMania 39. Out of all the WrestleMania 39 matches, bell to bell, I think it's Roman.
39.
I think it's Roman Cody. I think Roman Cody will deliver the best from bell to bell. I think that's the best match. I don't know. Nothing else on this card really screams like Charlotte and Rhea can
Oh,
go.
okay.
Charlotte and Rhea can go. Bianca and Asuka, I don't know. I feel I like Asuka wrestling. I like Bianca wrestling. I just don't know if I will like Bianca and Asuka wrestling together. I feel their styles are not really like that in
Gonna
tune with each other.
mesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't mesh. Like not to say they're bad. It's just I feel Bianca. She's been Miss WrestleMania. She's been killing it. She's had these great matches. I feel this might be one of the matches everyone's gonna be like, oh, what, huh, and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like bell to bell is either gonna be like you said, it's either gonna be Roman Cody, and I'm gonna throw a shocker out there. I think it's probably gonna be Seth and Logan Paul too.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Logan Paul delivers. He does. He hasn't put
Yeah.
on a bad match. I mean, that Miz match was really good from Logan Paul. Obviously, the Roman
Mm-hmm.
match was really good. Like the thing with Logan Paul, I tell people he wrestles that style. He just wrestles the style. He can't do it on a weekly basis, but he wrestles a good premium live event style. And the reason why he wrestles the way he does is because you want it where you think Logan Paul can't wrestle, and then he goes out there and he blows your mind, and you're like, whoa, 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 this guy's really good and stuff. Like it works for like people who don't watch wrestling on occasion, and doesn't hurt when you have Seth Rollins in the ring with him and stuff. Usos
Right.
versus Zayn and Owen. Oh, that'll be a good one. Yeah, I feel that one will have its slow moments because they're gonna have moments where they have to tell a story where like there's gonna be a lot of like talking and screaming. So it's not gonna
Right.
be like like really really good, but it should be a fine match nonetheless. But like from
Yeah.
start to finish, I think Roman or Cody, like you said, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, and then I think Charlotte and Rhea are like the safe bets if you want to say which one's good.
Yeah. If they announce it, probably another underrated one, but probably because they got to tell a story too. It's probably going to be Ray and Dominic because
Oh
it's going to be
yeah,
father and son. So we might see some things we haven't seen Dominic do against his father. So it's just
yeah. That
just a,
that
just a thought.
that one's gonna be really really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
oh Dominic, oh Ray. Ugh, we keep forcing this fucker down our throats, dog. Like, come on, man.
I feel like he's gonna attack him at the speech. It's gonna happen.
At the Hall of Fame,
Yeah, I think he's gonna do that. If they
damn,
don't do
dude,
that, that's
like
a missed
that.
opportunity.
Like that? You gonna do that? Oh, that'll be Ray's so into the gimmick too. He gonna
Hmm.
be doing that, man. He gonna be into the gimmick. We're just gonna take a few more questions and then we're gonna wrap up this edition. I always want to keep chilling with Chase at least like around an hour so you guys can just watch it and stuff. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, go right ahead. If not, we'll be wrapping it up soon. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to trickle in some questions and stuff. Let me see what my schedule is like next. I think next week I'm not working, so I can choose whatever time I want and stuff. And hopefully I'm caught up on TV shows and work. Yeah, because I also got work to do too, guys. I got a lot of work to do and stuff. And yeah, so by the way, guys, it's International Women's Month, so hopefully you guys are celebrating it, with women equality and stuff. So doing a lot of cool stuff with that, with a lot of the jobs I work and stuff. Work with a lot of great female bosses that have helped, push me and motivate me. So, if you do have a job and you work with someone that authority is a woman, give her some props. Just give her some props. Let her know that you appreciate their hard work and stuff. You don't have to give them a gift or anything, but just let them know, like, hey, I appreciate what you do out there. It's hard. It's even in today's world, it's still hard for some of our women to get even moved up. So you gotta show
Hmm.
that appreciation when you can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that in previous jobs. It sucks, especially when like upper management got like a vendetta against you.
Yeah, exactly. Did Becky Lynch stop dressing like Lady Gaga because it was stealing her husband's gimmick? No, she went back to being the man, Ellie.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
yeah.
longer big
When
time
she,
Beck. She's the man.
yeah, when she was big time Bex, I think she, well, no, she kind of piggybacked off of Seth when she was big time Bex, but she's not a heel anymore. She's a baby face. So
Yeah, she
the man is the baby face.
she can't be wearing those big time Beck's outfits as the man wears something different. But yeah, Becky Lynch is actually, I think her stylist. Yeah, her stylist is also Seth's stylist. So I think, yeah, Seth kind of stole the gimmick. He stole everything. He took away everything that she's worked for, motherfucker.
Right. Which kind of helped him. So he stole the right thing from the right person.
Oh yeah, right. Especially, oh dude, Seth's on a roll too, man. He's been on a roll. He's been on a run for sure. Seth Rollins has
Yeah,
been on a
yeah.
run. So yeah, dude. Oh man, I'm doing the 24-hour fast right now, Big Mike, and right now it's hitting me. So I gotta get some coffee soon too, so that way I don't get hungry, man. I'm almost done with it though. I'm almost done. Got until
Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
5 p.m. my time. It's the mental fortitude. It's the mental fortitude. I live in the
Yeah.
UK. I saw Becky's debut in like 2006. Oh wow. Is this before she went to clown college? I heard she went to clown college. I don't know if this is real or not, but
That is true. She went to
no.
clown college.
Yeah, I heard didn't she train she trained with Debit, right? Finn
Yeah,
Balor.
yeah.
Yeah, they trained together. I think that was what I heard. I don't know. I don't know these wrestlers' deep stories and stuff. I just know
I
what I
think that
know.
was her trainer.
Dang,
I
Ellie,
think
you up late? No, this is nighttime for them, right?
UK, what part of the UK are you from?
Yeah, I think Ellie's up early, man.
Yeah, I think this
Ellie,
is, let's see.
even Sheamus. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
UK time right now. I just want to know. I know you guys stay up to like 2. Oh, it's like 6:49. So Ellie's enjoying some. What do you guys eat for dinner over there? Tea and crumpets. enjoying the PM. Yeah, it's PM. You partying after this, Ellie? You hitting the town? You going to the local pub? I would. I'd be going to the pub right now, but it's 10 in the morning. Who day drinks? Not this degenerate. I'll tell you that. Respectable.
No. I barely drink, so I can't day drink.
Oh no, dude.
Puerto Rico's up on Nicaragua 6-1.
Oh wow.
The World Baseball Classic.
Cushion Coors. Oh, that sounds
wow.
amazing. Wow, that sounds amazing.
Hell of a combination.
I like this. This is great. Crossfaded has never died, baby. Crossfade. Say you're not the best colors that
Steve
you
was crossfaded. That was hilarious.
In Vegas, if he shows up, he's going to be crossfaded too. He's going to get fucked up in Las Vegas. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know, make sure you guys subscribe to Around the Point. We have a bunch of other wrestling shows we got. Let me find the banners real quick so I can promote what we got going on the shows and stuff before we wrap it up. And remember, just send your questions and stuff whenever you want. We always got my show, Chillin with Chase, happens every Saturday. If you guys want to go back and watch Ring of Honor this week, you guys can, and you can have Caden Lee talk about it in the background with whatever friends he brings on with all honor. You can also check out Something About Dynamite, our weekly Dynamite review. I gave a inspirational message to one JEFFJARRETT. And not only that, we got like the post Raw rundown. We got something about or Let's Talk NXT. Got my main man Bill Goldberg right here. He's just looking dapper right now with that Goldberg shirt. But yeah, there's Let's Talk NXT. Do I just press it or oh no, it's just a little thing. Wait, why does he have this? There's just like
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Chilling with Chase, you can also catch Steve's Kitchen every Monday. It's kind of like a little bit extra from Around the Point and stuff. So those are all the shows that we have going on. And Ellie ends the stream saying this: drink in my left hand, blunt is in my right. Dr. Dre, 2001. Love it. I love it, Big Mike.
Yeah.
Big Mike, plug your stuff, and then we can head out. We can make like a baby and head out of here.
You can follow me on Twitter.
Detroit you never heard that?
313. No, I have not.
Oh, wow. Yeah, babies come out, head out.
That's true. But you can follow me on Twitter, Detroit Gamer 313. Also, you can find me here every single day on the Around the Point Network. Also, you can find me on the For Romeo Anthony YouTube channel. Romeo dropped the Mandalorian. Well, he's dropping the Mandalorian watch along today. He's dropped the.
He just dropped it, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So go after this, go over there, watch that, or you can pull it up on your phone or whatever else you got, like a device. Watch that while we finish up. Bel Air, he dropped the second episode of the second season, and also The Last of Us is up there too.
This Sunday, it's the finale, right? For Last of Us.
It is the finale, yes. And what I did, I replayed the game. I finished the game in 2 days, so I can get a nice refresher. So I'm hyped for the last episode.
Did you play it on easy like I did, so that way you could just get?
No, I played it on normal. That's why it took me 2 days.
No, I played on easy. I said I ain't got time for this. I just want to get to the points that I can remember and stuff. But yeah, no, The Last of Us, really, really great show. Mandalorian's also great. So check out the good brother For Romeo Anthony for there.
Yeah.
Hey guys, check out Trio Heat, check out Trio Heat Sports, check out Around the Point, hit the subscribe button. This has been Chase Oliver. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. Chillin with Chase is the show. That's also my YouTube channel name, so you can hit the subscribe button there. Hopefully to get you guys more live content on the channel. It'll be great. It's just whenever I'm not busy or if going live is not always the best. Sometimes it's good to just relax and watch TV shows like the show You, which I want to go finish right now, and before I get to actually doing work and being a hardworking laborer and stuff. So, anyways, for Big Mike, I am Chase Oliver. You guys have yourself a wonderful day, and remember, just like the man who's going to beat Omos at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life.